doing the show.
So aside from all of your work at 2K, I know you're going to TNT set right after this, and all the other production work that you do.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here.
And I miss you too, Ernie.
And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here,
I
too.
miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too.
Of the NBA.
The Celtics is sold out and noisy inside here in Boston. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. We have an interconference showdown here in Boston where the Celtics will square off. And it's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, DA. Opening night of the regular season, blue sky for every team, Doris. Optimism is high. Players thinking about all the possibilities ahead.
No doubt. It's a time of tremendous optimism for both the teams and the fans of these teams. And the culmination of the work you put into the offseason, who's improved their skill level, who's added a dimension to their offensive game. We're all salivating for the start of this year.
Cannot wait. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. They've got Jimmy Butler. Davis is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Mullen in at the 3 spot.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
Passes it to Irving. Makes it off the glass.
The cleverness, the fearlessness. Kyrie Irving outstanding at finding spots inside to capitalize from.
And Lillard kicks to Ibaka. Dishes to Leonard. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Outside, Davis. Pass to Mullen. Bounce pass, Davis. Irving against Lillard. And Thompson sends it back.
We know that Thompson is an excellent defender. He does such a good job timing shots for those rejections.
Lillard from outside. Can't hit that one. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Irving. And Lillard pulls it down.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Well, Damian Lillard has never been one to doubt himself, and when he plays, he exudes confidence.
Has a short-term memory, which allows him to keep attacking even after he's missed a few. And that's the mentality you have to have on offense. He might be as good as any other guard in this game.
Irving with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And it's Butler missing.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really exactly how to guard on the inside.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Well, you don't get much more wide open inside the arc. He simply got to make that shot.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. And this game is tied up now.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Lillard against Irving. Back at 6. There's the pass to Cousins. 8 feet away, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Tie game in Boston. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. The leadership leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, people are going to look to you first. They're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
Yeah, I mean, he also, it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Not at all. Every time they get the ball, they're looking to burn the defense in transition.
We've got Young. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Thompson. Then it's Schrempf, and it's Koufos in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
And Lauri Markkanen, a 7-footer who can really let it fly. At Arizona, the most three-pointers ever by a 7-footer in a single season.
Listen, make no mistake, this guy is far from just a spot-up shooter. Klay Thompson, adept at getting into the lane.
There's 1:54 left now here in the second. Mullen with the 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And Markkanen also setting records for three-pointers made by a rookie grade.
A quick release, that the ball comes off his hands so effortlessly. He's more than a stretch big as well. I think he's a shooter who just happens to be 7 feet tall.
Larry Nance is checked in for Costa Koufos. And then for Oklahoma City, Jackson comes in for Bagley, and it's Pascal Siakam in for Jimmy Butler. Young pass to Thompson, stolen by Markkanen. Here's Siakam. A rebound by Young.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Here's Siakam. He's covered by Thompson. Siakam, good. Siakam's got his first bucket in this one.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
It really is, Greg. These squads are evenly matched. They are going at it right now.
Thompson looking for an opening. Softly drops in the floater. Thompson's got 4 this quarter.
Well, Klay Thompson has just about every shot in his arsenal, including that high-arcing floater.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Now, here's Livingston. Tight defense on him.
And this is where you milk the clock.
Absolutely. You use as much of that ticker as you can. That's just good offense.
Now Schrempf. Back to Dellavedova. Lets it go with a 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Good for the... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with
The Fine Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, they had a hard time scoring inside. In fact, their offense was run almost exclusively along the perimeter. A lot of jumpers. It's too predictable. You got to mix it up.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. A responsibility, Doris, in being the focal point of an offense. What characteristics have you seen are shared among NBA players who carry the load offensively for their teams every game?
Right. This is a great separation point to me in the NBA because there are a lot of outstanding players at the level on any given night in the NBA. But, Kevin, there is a select few players who are willing to share the lion's share of the responsibility. Men like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. Like, you have to be prepared 82 times per year to step between the lines, shoulder the load, and sometimes when you underperform, to bear the criticism that comes with that responsibility. And Kevin, you know this. That's a select few player who's willing to absorb that.
Good thoughts. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Jimmy Butler is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Davis, and it's Mullen in at the small forward position. It's good. And the Celtics lead by 1.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
It's called first of the game for the Thunder.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. Can completely take over a game. On both ends.
Bagley, he's checked in for Mullen. And Greg with Kawhi started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Anthony Davis. Coming off a terrific season. Last season, put up about 28 points per, 11 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
Pass to Bagley. Davis finds Butler. 5 to shoot. Over Thompson. And the shot is long.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
Over in the corner, Lillard. Passes it to Ibaka. Fires for 3. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 5 rebounds tonight. And not too long ago, Doris, the Celtics put up the most shots in the league 2 years in a row. But last season, they were 25th in that category.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They became a different type of team 1 year ago. There was more movement, more sharing of the basketball. They went deeper into the shot clock on almost every possession. And that made it harder for defenses to key in on any one individual.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. Making some changes. Rufus checked in for Gobert. Young comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Klay Thompson. And then for Oklahoma City, Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Cousins. And it's Livingston in for Jimmy Butler. Outside Leonard. Makes it off the glass. Leonard's got his second bucket.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now here's Livingston, defended by Dellavedova. Livingston, no luck. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And that one's good. Lillard. Now it's a 3-point Boston lead.
Well, this is a guy who understands his role in their offense, right? And they know exactly how to use him.
And here is Irving. Over Lillard. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Celtics. They're up by 3. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Schrempf is out there with Young. Then there's Koufos. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. That's the Boston 5.
And in a game this tight, a few plays either way can start to turn the tide.
No, exactly. When it's this close, both teams are fighting hard. This is what you want to see.
And you see the leadership of Lillard in that sequence, keeping everyone involved, not looking to do it all himself, but creating for his teammate.
Here's Irving. Rebound, Boston.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
Let's prove it time. Fourth quarter. Don't get it done now. No more chances.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Markkanen. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Lillard against Irving, and Lillard kicks to Leonard, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
I think that's a case of nerves right there, guys. That was a pretty bad decision.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Koufos. Baca comes in for Thaddeus Young. It's Thompson in for Schrempf. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Butler comes in for Sean Livingston. And Cousins gets it to go.
And this is where Cousins likes to operate from. Deep inside, using that big body to just bully defenders.
Thompson and Irving for 3, and the Thunder another 3.
And or strictly from the perimeter.
Well, they've got the green light to pull the trigger from three, and I'll tell you, they put it to good use here.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter. Presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Kyrie Irving.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position.
Iván, no se veía porque yo estaba resolviendo. Cálmense, cálmense. ¿Y qué vaina? Excusen. ¿Qué droga es que tienen estos tíos?
Hey guys, well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. He told them this game wasn't over yet. He said,
bueno, le partí en su nalga a Boston Celtics en su casa.
The biggest play in basketball executed to protect all the big argument there. Everybody must be on you. Giving us a chance to really that second play. Irving gets to Mullen. 34 seconds left to play in the fourth. From outside. And again, Oklahoma's doing the triple. And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Una partida de culo domicilio.
They trail by 11. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, here is Schrempf. Not a lot of room. He can't get that one to fall. Jennings against Irving. Back to Livingston. There's the dish to Irving. Kicks it to Bagley. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they comes with that tonight.